morning. It's absolutely pissing down. The clocks went back last night, so it's about 6:30 or something. I tried, if you can hear us through the rain, I tried different variations of being able to tell these stories, and I just couldn't seem to tell them right, so I decided to tell the last 4 out here today. Piss and rain. Sorry, it's pitch black. It's eased off ever so slightly. Just trying to keep it. You can hear me, I hope. Yeah. Did it go up your nose? So the house I lived at previously to this one was a terraced house, and it was really haunted. So I came in one night from work, it was raining and I was freezing cold. The first thing I wanted to do was just get straight into the shower and have a wash. So I jumped straight in the shower, and then when I get out I realise I haven't got my pyjamas, and that's normally the first thing I do, is go and get my pyjamas from the bedroom and then go in the shower or the bath. Forgot them this time. So I go straight into the bedroom with the towel wrapped round us. And as I walk into the bedroom, the loft hatch is open, the lights aren't up there and the ladders are down. So I shout up to him, "What are you doing?" He says, "Come up and have a look." I says, "I'm not coming up there to have a look." I said, "I've got a towel wrapped around us and it's freezing, you're letting all the cold air in." I head off back through to the bathroom with my jammies to get properly dried and dressed. And as I'm walking through, I hear noises coming from the kitchen, and I thought we've had a break-in. So I opens the kitchen door and peeks my head round, and he's standing in the kitchen. I says, "What are you doing?" He says, "I'm cooking dinner." I says, "I've just heard you in the loft." He says, "I haven't even been in the bedroom." I says, "The loft hatch is down, the lights are, and the ladders are down, and you've just asked us to go up in the loft with you." And he says, "It wasn't me." So I quickly gets my jammies on, chucks my shoes on, because I thought, well, I'm going to put something hard on my feet, because if anybody jumps on us, I want to kick them in the bollocks. And we'll go, like, walking into the bedroom, and he opens the bedroom door, and he's standing staring, and he's like, "I haven't even been in here." And nobody could have opened it, because the latch is on the outside where we are. So we don't know what it was, who did it, anything like that, but also it was his exact voice telling me to go up in the loft. And I mean, what would have happened if I had gone up in there? Christ. So yeah, after that episode we actually got the Spiritualist Church to come out and bless the place.
Where till you get a load of me?
There's a bit of a break in the clouds, which is nice. So what else was there? There was a little girl in the house, a ghost of a little girl that we had, but I only saw her once. He never saw her. So anyway, I woke up in the middle of the night. I needed to go to the toilet and have a drink of water. So gets up, goes through towards the sitting room, opens the door, and sitting on the sofa, staring straight ahead, she didn't look at me at all, was this little girl. She must have been about 6 or 7 years old. And she had a pair of little white socks on, a little white dress, but her hair was not what I would have expected. It was like a little pixie cut. It was dark hair she had, and it was like a little pixie cut. And I got the shock of my life, of course, as you can imagine. So I slammed the light on, and clouds are coming back. Let's be quick. So I slammed the light on and looked back at her, and she was still there. She was actually still sitting there with the light on, and then she gradually started to fade away. So I kind of just pulled myself together and got my bearings, because of everything that had been happening in the house anyway. I was shocked, but I wasn't scared. Yeah. So popped to the loo, went and got a drink of water, put the glass down, went to bed. And I woke up the next morning and thought, I must have been dreaming. I must have had this dream about this little lassie. So I got up, went into the sitting room, went into the kitchen, and the glass that I had getting a drink from was still there. So I had actually got up. I must have seen her. And I never saw her again after that. That was the only time I ever saw her. So that's that one. It's been pissing down all night. I've got a head like a fucking vice. My head's killing. Where's my dog gone? Oh, there she is. It's the rain hitting the wires. Wait. This next story involves old Fluffy Bum here. Cute. Fucked. Ready? Let's go. What you don't fall? It's my turn now, isn't it? So, when Sky was a pup, she was about, well, she wasn't really a pup, she was about 2 or 3 years old, but to me, she's still a pup. So, she's a lovely, placid little thing. She can get angry at other dogs, but not aggressive. She's not an aggressive dog. So she's lying on the 2-seater sofa next to me back in the old place, fast asleep, and just all of a sudden she just looks up and her ears prick up and she's staring at the 3-seater sofa opposite. Now I thought she must have heard something out the window, but I was looking at her gaze this way. So she was staring at the middle of the sofa, and then she stood up and she cocked her head to one side as if she was listening to something, or I don't know, curious about something. And then she started growling. Now, she looked like she was just streamlined. Her ears were back, her teeth were bared. I've never seen her like this. And she was sitting beside me and I was shitting myself. I thought she was going to go for me. I was like, oh. So, ducks. Perfect weather for them. All her fur was up on her back. Her teeth were bared. Her ears were back. Her tail was right under. She was growling. I've never heard her growl like that before. Ever. I've heard her do a guttural growl if somebody's walked past the window or somebody's knocked at the door or something like that, because she'll bark and then growl. But this was a proper vicious growl. It scared me. And then as quickly as it happened, she just snapped out of it and her little face looked at me and her little tail was going and she licked my face and then turned around, lay back down on my back kip. Was all her about. And she's done that twice. She did it twice at the old place. She's never done it at the place I'm at now. It's the quarry. And it's raining again. Shite. As you can hear, it's pissing down again. So this last story I'm going to tell you as quickly as I can. Sorry, I was distracted there. I don't have any recollection of it other than one little incident that happened during this time, and I think it was because of all the excitement surrounding it. So when I was a toddler, I was living in a place called School Street in Bensham. It's no longer there now, the houses were demolished. But I would wake up at about 11 o'clock at night, roughly, to see that there was a woman in my bedroom again. And my mum asked about the lady, asked, you know, does she look like mum or does she look like grandma? And I said grandma, just to get an age range, so she knew it was an old lady. Anyway, she was talking to the neighbour about it, and the neighbour had said that her mum lived in that flat downstairs, and her bedroom was the back bedroom where she passed away, and that bedroom was now my room. And my mum asked what time she'd passed away, and she said, you know, it was round about 11 o'clock from what they'd said. So anyway, this night my mum hears noises in the house, and she tells me dad. My dad's like, it sounds like scratching, but then she heard meowing and realised that the neighbour's cat had getting in. Now, when I was little, I had asthma, really bad eczema. So my mum had said, look, it's just the cat, it's gone under the beds, we'll get it later. And he said, no, I want it out of the house now because I don't want her to have an asthma attack. God, it's pissing down.
It's pissing down now.
They're running around the house trying to find this cat, and all the electricity goes out. We'll have a bit of a power cut. So my dad says, go and get the torch. The electricity box is at the end of the passageway, opposite my bedroom. So my mum's standing there with the torch, shining onto it for my dad to see, and she feels somebody pull her hair. So she turns around with the torch to see who's standing there. She thinks it's me, and the torch goes dim. And then she turns back to my dad, and it goes bright again, and she turns back towards the door, goes dim, back to my dad, and it goes bright. She says, and when she turned the torch again, it went dim, then it went off. And I had woke up at that precise moment and said, Mum, that lady's in my bedroom. So he managed to get the electricity back on. We couldn't find the cat. My mum came into my bedroom and she was talking to me, and apparently I had said that the lady was crying. And normally she was smiling, but apparently this time I was saying she was crying. So my mum had turned around to my dad and said, can you smell burning? And they could smell like electrical burning, and they couldn't find out where it was until it was too late. Now, what I remember about that story, I don't remember the lady, I vaguely remember my bedroom, but I don't remember the lady or the ghost, but I do remember sitting in a fire engine with some firemen playing with me Etch-a-Sketch while the house burnt down. And apparently what started the fire was the electrics, so they'd gone out, they'd tripped out, and then when my dad got them going again, the house went up. And if it wasn't for the ghost of the lady and the cat, we would never have known of it. We would have been lying in our beds and died. We didn't have smoke alarms back then either, it was the 70s. And by the way, the cat was found. The fireman found the cat. My mum always said like the cat was found and the fireman got the cat out. But we didn't have very much in the way of belongings or anything. I stayed at my granny's for a little while over in Newcastle. Gran lived on Sydney Grove, and we lived on Beaconsfield Street, and I went to Todd's Nook School. And that's the story of that one. And now I'm going to put my phone away. I've got a cramp in my arm again. Hope that microphone's worked. Bollocks, shite and khaki.
Just tap the fucking table.